May, a 3-0 victory at the Mapei Stadium returned the Scudetto to the Rossoneri of Milan for the first time in nearly a decade. It was Stefano Pioli's moment in the spotlight, the culmination of AC Milan's underdog-like comeback. Just a few months after edging out their closest rivals for the title, Pioli's side have entered crisis mode, with a terrible run of form following the return of Serie A after the World Cup. Given the competitiveness of the division, defending their title would never be easy, but the nature of their slump has many wondering if Pioli's fire has died. After failing to win their last 4 league games, the Rossoneri have fallen 15 points behind league leaders Napoli. Milan have been beaten 9-2 on aggregate in their last 2 meetings. The Rossoneri were defeated 5-2 at home by Sassuolo on Sunday, following a 4-0 loss at Lazio. They've conceded 4 goals in back-to-back Serie A games for the first time, and they've conceded 5 goals at home for the first time since 1997. So yeah, not everything is fine. But why is this so? Milan's rise under Pioli has been built on astute recruitment. Sandro Tonali, Mike Maignan, Fikayo Tomori, Pierre Kalulu, and Olivier Giroud were all signed for low fees after Pioli took over in October 2019, just months after Theo Hernandez and reigning Serie A MVP Rafael Leao arrived. Each of these newcomers contributed significantly to the Rossoneri's Scudetto triumph last season. Milan were expected to go again after their celebration, but their summer transfer window appears to have set the champions back in retrospect. They could not sign key targets early in the window as Sven Botman joined Newcastle, Renato Sanchez moved to Paris, and Enzo Fernandez joined Benfica. Such additions would have helped the Rossoneri in 2022-23, but they were forced to settle for shoddy deals and unwanted loans. Charles de Ketelaere, their most notable addition, has only 1 goal in 690 minutes. De Ketelaere is under contract for 5 years, said sporting director Paolo Maldini. We can't pass judgment on him after 5 months. Finally, their poor summer window has played a significant role in their inability to evolve this term. In terms of personnel, 2022-23 Milan are nearly identical to their title-winning squad. New signings have struggled to find their feet, and Pioli's devotion to his old guard has resulted in stagnation. They simply haven't evolved. Milan have always been a fairly straightforward tactical side. Pioli prefers a balanced 4-2-3-1 formation that frequently switches to a back 3 in possession to allow Theo to bomb. Much of their good work comes from the left, where Theo and Leao developed a nearly unbreakable bond during their title-winning season. Pioli is not entirely vanilla. Last season, his use of his star left-back in an inverted function was an unprecedented success, and Milan emerged as the best pressing team in Serie A under the Italians' watch. Last season, no team in the division had more turnovers than the Rossoneri. Milan currently have the 13th highest PPDA in the league, but their PPDA has only increased slightly. They're still a good pressing team, but not as good as they were when they didn't have possession in 2021-22. Perhaps teams are only now beginning to figure out who the champions are. When Maignan arrived and played a key role in Milan's Scudetto success, Gigi Donnarumma's unsavoury departure was quickly forgotten. The Frenchman's poise in possession added a new dimension to the Rossoneri's build-up play, and his shot-stopping ability helped Pioli's side win big games, most notably the derby against Inter. The reigning Serie A goalkeeper of the year, however, has missed much of the current season due to a calf injury. He's been out since September, and his replacement, the vastly inferior Cyprian Tatarusanu, has been a disaster in goal. The veteran goalkeeper has given up 21 goals in 13 starts and has proven to be a major stumbling block for Milan's previously tenacious defence. While Maignan's post-shot XG- goals allowed was plus 4.9 last season, Tatarusanu's minus 4.9 places him third bottom in the league this season. In a nutshell, the goalkeeper has been a major issue. Milan's defence as a whole has been terrible this season, but they've been especially bad at defending set pieces. They have conceded the second most goals in Serie A from such situations and have conceded more in 2022-23 than they did in the entire season of 2021-22. It was their woeful set-piece defending that allowed Roma to come back from 2 goals down to equalise in the final stages of their January matchup, causing further doubt and insecurity within the Milan defence. Since being held back by Jose Mourinho's men, the Rossoneri have conceded 11 goals in 3 Serie A games, been knocked out of the Coppa Italia by Torino, and been soundly defeated by Inter in the Supercoppa. What a game-changing outcome!